It's your boy Conserviz34, and today I'm gonna review the 2019 Gorge Night 2 show. Alright, let me stop. Alright, so for this show, okay, we have an amazing night one. I mean, just straight flames, first Gorge experience. So, I mean, this show was, starting the weekend off right. And night two, we now have a lot of anticipation because Warren Haynes is going to be in the building. And the big question is, are they going to play Cortez the Killer? Well, they do play Cortez the Killer. And everything that I'll say from here forward about the criticisms of this set are all worth it to hear Cortez the Killer. Again, everything that I'm going to say in this review is worth it to hear Cortez the Killer. Okay? I mean, it was just amazing. Also, Government Mule, shout out to that little quartet. They killed it. I never had seen them before, seen Warren with the Allman Brothers band, and I mean, I love the Allman Brothers in their last era, every era of the Allman Brothers, but Derek and Warren Haynes, I mean, you want to talk about just two artists that just are such team players, but they're superstars themselves. They could score 40 a night, but they decide to get a double-double or a triple-double to help the team out. That's how they play. So it was great to have Warren there with Mule. Did the Soul Shine cover, one of my favorite Allman Brothers tunes. So it was just awesome to get that as well. But shout out to Government Mule. Now let's get on to DMB. This show, I will tell you, I was in the 200s, 202. One section from the soundboard, 12 rows back. So I had a really good gauge of the sound. I was right there by the soundboard, off by a section. So I was getting what they were trying to have as the optimal sound for this show. Bayou opens up, and I will reiterate this every time I talk about Bayou. Buddy Strong has enhanced this song. He has made it better. But to me, the song should just be the jam. I'm sorry, I don't care about the first two. I don't care about the verses, okay? It's a sad story, but I don't care about the verses. The jam is what it's about. When Buddy's hitting up there on song one, hopping up and down, doing this, dun, 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 like that's how my church is. You want to come to a black church, pull up to my church. That's how we get down here at my church. Message me. You're in Connecticut, come to my church. But that is what this band is about. This era of this band is about, that breakdown on Bayou. That song is better because of Buddy. The other big highlight is You Never Know. Now, I heard this in Hartford, and I've heard this years back in Hartford in 2014, so it's my third time hearing it. The one thing I will say about You Never Know, I wish Dave's guitar was more in the mix. When I went to Hartford, I was on towards the side, but the side actually had good sound. I could hear Dave's guitar more than I heard it here at the Gorge. Now, it's still an amazing song. The bass lines and everything everyone's doing is amazing. My only complaint is that the guitar. You could not hear it, but I heard You Never Know. I mean, people are chasing that song left and right. So I'm blessed to have been able to heard it 2 times this year, 3 times total as someone who started in 2012 going to shows. So just an amazing song. I kind of felt it once he brought out that guitar, the tan guitar. I was like, wait a minute, he's probably gonna bust it out. I just had a feeling, and I was right. I mean, obviously I could say that after, but that's what I thought it was gonna be based on the set. The satellite off-key intro, it was funny, and this is the thing about the Gorge. I'll probably have a wrap-up show or talk about this. A lot of people at the Gorge, they don't know the DMB catalog front to back, and that's okay. I mean, it may be just the West Coast thing. It may just be in general. There's a lot of fans that just go to shows every year, but they don't know the songs. This happens in Hartford. I know people who been to more Hartford shows than me. It's a tradition to go to DMB. They know the Crushes. They know the Satellites. They know the Crash Enemies. In between, they don't know the other songs. And I mean, they've heard, some people I know, they're at the 2010 show where there was like all these liberations, JTR, and I think it was like Break For It. I think a Break For It or Break Free. But like, they've been at those shows. They don't know those songs. So that's an interesting dynamic that I'm learning about the Gorge. Night 1, quiet when they play Drunken Soldier. Night 2, next to me, very cool people, cool neighbors, dancing, saying, hey, how's it going? Just very friendly people. They were asking me, what this song? Oh, that's Again and Again. What song is that? Oh, that's You Never Know. What song is that? Oh no, This Is Gonna Be Salad. They heard the off key intro, like, what is this? And that again, that's fine. I mean, there's things in life I need to ask about, and hey, it's cool that they're just dancing and having a good time. They don't care what song is being played, but I had to tell them, and they were like, they were older, probably in their 40s, so they've been seeing DMB well before I was even seeing them. But like I've oh, that's the off key intro. They do Dave and Tim does it. The DMB two sets does it, and sometimes you get it with the full band, but it is very rare to get the off key intro. So it was interesting that the people next to me didn't know that, but they were at the Gorge. Okay, they're signed up for this 3 day experience. They love DMB, but they didn't know the off key intro. But that's fine. And that's the beauty of it. The problem is most of the fan base shouldn't be as obsessed with the band. People should have a balance. You should listen to other bands. Some DMB fans are like, how do you listen to other bands? Well, there's a lot of great music out there. So it's cool to see casual fans and just people who are having a good time. That's what this trip to me has been about. Cortez. This is amazing. And one of the things that Warren does in this is he helps Tim to really get into a melody harmony type playing, not to just play a bunch of notes very fast and very loud, which Tim does. And to Warren, Warren has different riffs and stuff he does that are pretty fast, and he has just as many effects as Tim does. But Warren is more about the tone of his guitar. He's switching. If you guys were close, the cool thing, he's switching from the rhythm part of the pickups to the lead part, which is more towards the gives you more treble. So it's cool to see Warren switching back and forth with Government Mule, and I believe in Cortez he did too. Like, you see him switching back his neck position, so he's giving you the same type of sound, but he's switching back and forth during his solos, which is really really cool. And then he takes the pick out, he does the little harmonics, he does all this stuff. I mean, this is why I go to concerts. The Cortez the Killer, again, everything I'm talking about, I'm just trying to give the good and the bad. Everything that I went through for this show, being at the Gorge in general, I don't care, I don't care what they play, but they play Shake 'Em Like a Monkey. I didn't care. I don't like Shake 'Em Like a Monkey. It's still good. Like, it's the Gorge, this is an awesome experience for me. And I know that's weird for some people who are watching this, like, whoa, you're not being as critical. But, I mean, this Cortez was just a lesson in how to play rock and roll with the blues influence. This is why I love the Allman Brothers. This is why I love Warren Haynes, because he is playing stuff. He's trying to incorporate Tim. He's going over to Dave. Let's trade parts with the vocals. I know Dave's guitar isn't the main part of this, but let's let Dave play some stuff. Let the bass get into it. Let's let Buddy get the organ. That's why I love Warren Haynes. That's why I like Derek Trucks. Tedeschi Trucks Band, if you're looking for a new band and you don't know much outside of DMB, Tedeschi Trucks Band, they are one of the best bands, if not the best band that's out there right now, to me, in my opinion, as far as in their prime, what they do from a production standpoint, what they are from a sound standpoint. That's what I felt when I saw this Cortez. Warren was being a team player and still letting his tone shine. No, nothing too flashy. Like, hey, I'm this super cool guy. I'm better than all you guys. No, I'm gonna give you this. I'm gonna give you a lesson. Okay, I'm just gonna show you what soul is, and that's what it was. Cortez was amazing. I was just standing there in disbelief. I was just like, but that was great. Pig. Now, this is my come to Jesus moment with no violin. Pig was amazing. Okay? I got it in Mansfield, Mass. They messed up. It still was amazing. But listening to it in the encore, which was this, I mean, this is a heck of an encore. This is when I started to think, okay, the violin, I've heard Pig with the violin once in 2016. Like, this is where, hey, we kind of need, I know Buddy played the parts, and Buddy with the Stone, I don't need the violin and Stone. I listen to Stone, it could just be Dave playing acoustically. Actually, that would almost be better, because I love Dave's guitar. But, I mean, Pig was, this is where I was like, now I get, and I've understood the whole time, but I've just been able to say, whatever. I still like, if they're going to play a rare song without a violin, play the freaking rare song, okay? I don't care. Play the Stone, play Dreaming Tree. I don't care if there's not a violin. Play Broken Things, okay? Just play the song. I don't care about the violin. But when I heard Pig, I've noticed, I've been aware of it for the other pig that I heard and other stuff, and Lion Out Graves and certain stuff is different. Billy's is different. Ants is different, but listening to Pig without the violin and at the Gorge, I don't know what it was. I was like, okay, this is where, okay, we probably should have a violin. I know they're not going to have one this year, but this is like, hey, this would be a good song. Just bring someone in for one show, or what have you. Um, and then you know, this was just a great show. You end on a great street. You're singing out loud. No third verse, but I mean that's expected. But still, it's just an amazing song. Now the part warehouse to the song that Jane likes was pretty mediocre. Here on out, it's a beautiful gem in the middle of that. When I look at this show, warehouse to song that Jane likes was pretty mediocre. You know, it's Gorge Saturday night. But at the same time, again, the trade-off is we get a legendary performance of Cortez. I'll take that any day. The vibe, the experience of this venue is amazing. Sitting down in the 200s was awesome, but the lawn to me is just the gem of this venue. The chairs were really tight. I'm glad I had good neighbors, really nice people around me. If I didn't, or if there were people that were a little bit annoying, it would have ruined my 200 level experience. And the pit is packed. I'm sure that would have even been more frustrating if I had pit tickets. I would gladly take, but I think that to me, and I'm glad that today I'm gonna be in the lawn. I think the experience of this venue is the lawn, which is, I mean, it's a no brainer. But being here and understanding it and being two shows into this venue, the lawn is the spot. It doesn't matter, like, it doesn't matter how far away you are. The lawn, you're open, you can relax. That's what this venue is about. That's what, to me, what appears to be what West Coast shows are about, and that's awesome. But I'm excited for night 3. Now, the interesting thing is this. There wasn't that many new songs played, right? And even though those songs that were played, Can't Stop, and then you had Here On Out, and then you had Again and Again. And I love Again and Again. But it seems like one of the things that's difficult for me in this era of the band, someone who missed a prime era of the band, it seems like, you know, you would go to look at an '04 show. There was just so many gems from Busted stuff. They had less material. The one thing that I think also that I would love is if there was a way to get, I mean, Drive In, Drive Out. Even capped, like, you know, there's so many gems that if you had 3 nights and you were just at the 2004 amount of songs they had, this weekend would be 10 times, like, the set sits up. This week has been amazing. But I'm starting to see a trend with this band where it's not that they're cutting back the new album, but there's so many songs now. There's a log jam of, okay, what special moments are we going to realistically get? We can't expect Drive In, Drive Out now anymore. It's not, and maybe they don't want to play it. Maybe it's just not something that Dave feels like. I said last review. But there's something about this that I know tonight's going to be great, but there's going to be songs left on the table. There's going to be songs that won't be played that you're like, where was this song? Because there's just such a large catalog, and I hope the catalog doesn't expand. But I say all this to say that this has still been an incredible experience. The experience of this is more to me about the travel and talking to fans, listening to fans, and the actual shows. Okay, I had nice seats. I mean, I could have been in the lawn. I wanted to feel what it was like down low. Now that I know, if I go back to the Gorge, I'll probably go to the lawn 3 nights. It's amazing to see the fans out here, to see the beauty of these venues more than the sets. And even with this set, which you could look at a lot of it being pretty standard, the moment of Cortez, the moment of You Never Know, and then, you know, also having a Pig encore 1. I mean, I've had so many throwaway encores in the last couple years on the East Coast. When Pig starts off the encore, I don't care if they play Grace, whatever they play next. That's pretty dope. So I'm excited for the night tonight, night 3. That review may not go up until I get back to Connecticut on late Monday. But let me know what you guys think. Definitely like, comment, subscribe. I'll be there today again. If you want to hit me up, comment below. Maybe we can meet up. But it's your boy Conserviz34. That's it. Peace.